Hello, hello, beautiful people. Oh, that music. It's me, Zane. I'm a real Robocop. This is how you know I'm a digital type person hacking into the mainframe. It's because of this right here. You could look at this, you'd be like, man, that guy is so normal. And you look at this and you go, oh man, is that guy a Robocop or what? What is he, a robot? Is he a cop? Which one is he? Is he both? Because this is how you do it. Everyone, welcome to a very random, exciting stream. We are doing the music theory of Robocop. Now, this is so random. Who's played this game? 1990 Game Boy game? No one? Hey, Heart and Soul. Hey, Hulu. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Lucy. Hey, Hulu. Hey, Chris. What's up? The music in this song is so good. My friend Dash sent me a video of this. He's like, dude, you gotta hear this song. It is truly maybe the best video game song I've ever heard, mostly because it uses a 3 minor chord. All right? Want to dive in? All right. Let's dive in. Hells yes, let's go! All right, so when you're starting off, it's nice to make sure your chat doesn't work right. That's important because it's not my problem, it's your problem. It's your problem now. It's important to do things like this and get things ready where they're mostly framed right. Robocop. Why do I love this song? Well, my friend Dash sent it to me and I realized this is maybe the best video game song I've heard. I'm repeating myself. Guys, I'm nervous. I'm clamped. Can I just play the music for you? Can we just dive right on in? Because here's the honest truth. This is going to be like a 35-minute stream because I have to go to a dinner at 7 p.m. It's 6:11. So let's title this Music Theory of Robocop. So random. Until you hear the song and you realize this is an OST. This is a proper OST. You ready? Let's do it! This chord is the kicker in my opinion, but we'll get to all this. So nice, God. I'm pretty sure song 1 just loops this with different melodies, okay? How great is this? Oh my God, I love this so much. Yeah, V-Sits, Game Boy. How great is this song? We're just analyzing it right now. Doesn't this sound advanced for a Game Boy song? What's up, Roxy? What is this, dude? Ugh. I can't. Yeah, this is Game Boy. It's insane. More. There we go. Now it's back to looping. Yeah, because it'll end here. And it starts fading out. Great. Sounds good, Lucy. Yeah, it must be so cold where you are. Well, let's warm you up with some music theory. Okay, so music theory of Robocop. Here's why I'm excited about this. I've never heard this chord progression in a video game OST, ever. I've heard a lot of advanced sort of Final Fantasy stuff with, obviously there's orchestration and all these violins and trumpets and trombones and some of the more orchestral scores. But usually we've gone through this. It's either the Phrygian dominant mode, which is the 5th mode of the harmonic minor scale. One of these bad boys. It's very dark, like The Witcher. I think Prince of Persia might have that. I think Nosferatu had that. Okay, I think that's yeah, Phrygian dominant. So it has that in a lot of games. Other games have sort of like we've analyzed so many, like fusion jazz stuff, like Sonic the Hedgehog, right? These chords are not like anything we've analyzed before. This is sort of like a Sufjan Stevens song, sort of like an American folk song, sort of like maybe a Joni Mitchell song. Even James Taylor sometimes would have this. So what makes these 4 chords right here so special? And what makes this feel kind of like nostalgic and sad? Also, what kind of a maniac, we'll find out soon, well, you can see his name already, Jonathan Dunn. What kind of a maniac writes this sort of a song that's so human for a Robocop? And maybe that's part of the idea, to humanize this human robot android. What is this guy? Because this is a very human chord. Sometimes people think, oh, this music theory stuff's kind of dumb. You're just, adding analysis where you don't need to. I disagree. The color blue, they've done analysis. The color blue is a very human color because the sky, the ocean. The irony is that it's not really blue. It's colorless, but the atmosphere, whatever. Feels human. Earth, blue. Oh, very human. Red, alert, high alert. Yellow-bellied, real coward, whatever. Point is, this right here is very human, this chord progression, because human life has some loss, also has some joy, because it resolves. So let's analyze what's happening here, and then we're going to go through these 4 points on this theme. We'll get to maybe 1 or 2 other songs in the OST, because there's actually some thematic content, like motifs from this show up in different harmony. So let's circle this red and talk about why this freaking thing is so dope. Circle it in red. Zoop, zoop. All right, so I'm going to draw out these chords real quick, all right? And you're going to see what's happening. Maybe you don't understand music theory. Maybe you're not super into math. Ooh, Ninja Gaiden. Interesting. I haven't heard that score in a while. Maybe they do have that. Oh, thanks, Turkey Farm. So forget the music theory, the notes on the page. Think about relationship. Like if you were to stack cubes in a room, and if they were far apart, how would that make the room feel versus if they were stacked together and close? Just think of it that way, okay? So we have A, we have C sharp, we have E, okay? That's it. And then at one point later on in the song, this comes in, a little bit of B. That comes in for a second. That's our A add 9 moment, and that's part of the melody. So in fact, we're going to make that green. So green's going to be our melody. And black's going to be our chord, our fundamentals. Okay, so A, that's all. Look at how this movement goes. Watch what happens in a sec, okay? So specifically... That's close enough for just doing the music theory stuff. Okay. Oh, C sharp, by the way. Okay, check this out. Oh, snap. This is part of the chord. This. Very special note. All right. F sharp minor. Add 9. We'll talk about this all in just a moment. First, let's draw it out. Okay? Then we have D. And I'm drawing this kind of all over the place, but this isn't the exact inversions. Doesn't matter. Well, in fact, no, actually it kind of does matter. hold on. To really show the movement, like stacking blocks, if you guys were super into music theory already, you would know how to move some of these things up and down in octaves. Let's actually write the exact voicings they're using. Let's see. Is there any in there? Let's see. Let's write the exact voicings. Let's do it. That is the correct voicing, and then this needs to be higher. That's all it is. Okay, this will all make sense. And this goes up to a B as well. This is such a freaking great song. Jeez, dude. Here's the magical moment. And this kind of goes to D6. Kind of at one point. Add 9. And in fact, let's make these green too so we know what we mean by that. Oh, green. And this will be green too. Because that's when that melody note comes in. Color. Green. Great. Here's the magical moment. Let's see exactly the voicing they use. Totally, Roxy. Great. Great. So genius, dude. Okay. Because it's over this. And this is, I might as well write this. This is over that, and that's fine, and this is over this, and that's fine. Okay, great. So what is happening here? Why does this make us feel this way? Why does this random collection of notes make us feel a certain way? Okay? We're going to explain it by drawing something beneath it. So normally when a song's ending, you're going to hear D and E going back to A. Okay? So this is called our 4 chord. This is called our 5 chord, and this is called our 1 chord. Because you can do the math. Count up from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the 4th note. 5. All right, 4, 5, 1. In tune, though. That's the one thing I never remember to do before Music Theory of Gaming stream is tune my guitar. Because I'm too busy preparing the exciting songs that we're going to be doing. So that's normal. So this E chord that's normal, which you hear very often, you hear it in Beethoven's music, you hear it tons of places, it's spelled like this. I guess we'll add the G sharp up top so you can see the common tone. Great. Okay. So if you were to just look in a room at little squares, cubes stacked in certain areas, you might notice only one note is different here, and I'll circle which one is different, okay? This note is different than this note. But everything else is the same, ain't it? That's the same, that's the same, that's the same. G sharp up top, E here, that's the same. So there's this one whole step difference. Whole step, okay? That whole step completely changes the chord. So this would be like if I said, oh, this is a cake I'm making you. And it has icing. And, there's eggs, flour, I'm going to start these eggs, flour, whatever else, milk, cream. But the icing is vanilla. And then the next cake I give you, same cake. The icing's blueberry cream cheese frosting. This whole step truly changes the composition of the cake. So I'll play it for you. Here's how the regular version, the 4/5 chord would sound, right? It would sound like this. There you go. Very kind of troubadour. Okay. There's our B natural, which is down here. Let me show you what C sharp does to this chord. How much it dramatically changes the flavor of this cake. It becomes this. Come on. That sounds like day after day, alone on a hill, a man and perfectly still. But nobody wants to know it. They can say he's just a fool. Nobody wants but the fool. No, I've never played that song, but those are the chords for it. Hey, Musical Mulch, how you doing? So, C sharp. Sometimes this chord will happen like this. Sorry, like this. You might hear that kind of movement. You might even hear this. Long story short, this chord, which is a first inversion minor chord, right? It's C sharp in first inversion. C sharp minor over E. This chord, we're not going to get bogged down too much with the theory, but what it means, this chord is almost always a passing chord. So now we're going to use a different analogy, okay? We're going to use like a family, like a relationship analogy, okay? This is the middle child, okay? Always forgotten, always supposed to be second in line. Has the hand-me-downs, like it's never the star of the show. Well, what if the middle child, talk about childhood trauma for me, am I right? It's a joke. What if the middle child became the star? And you're like, no, you're not just the middle child. You're not just this person's brother or that person's sister. No, you're you. So it gives this chord its own space. And the chord goes, wait. You're not going to have me just be a passing chord between E, which has a B in it, and E dominant 7? I'm not just a momentary pass between the important chords. It's like, no. You're the meal, baby. You ain't a snack, you're the meal. So to have this chord last an entire bar is a big deal. It doesn't sound like what we're used to. We probably hear this literally 95% of the time. I'm not saying this chord happens in every song. I'm saying when you hear a 4 chord, you're like, oh, here comes the 5. Or maybe it just goes 4 straight to 1. But this happens like never. Like very, very, was he adopted? Not adopted from another key. No, this thing's part of the family, y'all. C sharp minor is the 3 chord of A. Totally part of the family, just forgotten. Same key, just forgotten. So now it's like, let me let you shine. That's one reason I love this chord progression, okay? It looks so much like a normal chord progression. We have our 1 chord. We have our 6 chord, okay? I can't spell, that's a 4 minor. We have our 6 chord. We have our 4 chord. Okay? And then we have this, what is this chord? This is our 3 chord. Remember when I said 3 minor chord? 3, but it's in first inversion. Don't worry about the 6. That's just dumb. That's for music theory nerds. Figured bass crap. Okay, so that rarely happens. And whenever a 3 chord happens in a song, you know it's going to be a good day. For example, let me make a few songs right now. I'm just going to make them up, and they have 3 chords in them. And see how these make you feel. Kind of felt a little bit to me like a Lord of the Rings thing. I don't know, something about it. The melody wasn't very much that. The feel wasn't, but the harmonic structure. Here's another song that might have a 3 chord in it, you know? I want to tell you a story about when I was 7 years old. Now this is like a Coldplay song, which always has this kind of tragic thing to it. A lot of 3 chords in their songs. Musical Mulch asks, does it have a weaker pull to the 1 compared to a 5? Great question. It totally does. Let's answer that question real quick. So check this out. The guide tones of our 5 chord are different than of the 3 chord, okay? Guide tones are the 3rd and 7th. This is a thing we use in jazz. Like, oh, what's the guide tones? Here's why they guide you. Here's why they're called guide tones. They lead you somewhere. So watch this. In the key of A, we have 1 and 5, right? This is our 1 and 5 of this E chord, right? But I'm going to make this a dominant 7th chord to really explain this concept, okay? The other songs just have triads, but when you hear enough data, even though they're triads, you know that they should have been 7ths, or rather could have been, right? If you're like, hey, here's John, It's like, I have no context. What, is he your dad? Is he your son? Is he trans man? Is he does he own a lake house? Like, I don't have anything. They say, oh no, this is John. This is Betty. He's married to Betty. And then this is his uncle, Jeffrey, who is a producer in movies. You're like, oh, John, right, he's the star of that show. Yeah, I know. Now I understand John. You gave me a little bit of information, and now I put the pieces together. You didn't have to say John, the TV star. You just said John, and I'm like, well, if his dad, oh, dude, that's John Stamos. And you're like, yeah, it's John Stamos. Welcome, Aiden the Vigilante. So sometimes all we have is a triad musical mulch, but we're like, that could have been dominant 7. Because I got enough information from this. I know what's really happening here. It's E dominant 7. So let's extend that knowledge we have. Since it's a 5 chord, we know it's going to be dominant 7. So let's teach about why it pulls to A differently than C sharp minor. Because our ears hear E major, right? But really our ears, we add information. Just like if you saw this word musical mulch, okay? What is that word? What was I trying to write there? What word is that supposed to be? Someone answer. I guess we have a little bit of latency. Exactly. How do we know that? Well, we got enough information of just the letters. And they're like, oh, this should be here and that should be there. And it's the word should. Well, we got E triad. We're like, right. But our ear interprets the information as about to arrive to home. So we hear this. But in our mind, we know that could have been there. So I'm going really deep into the weeds here. Because of that, to explain this concept to you, I'm going to use a dominant 7 chord. Isn't in the song, don't care. That's the mode it's operating in. Okay, watch this. Let's make this purple. G sharp. So this interval, not only is it a tritone, okay, or diminished fifth, right? Not only that, but it has a distinct movement. So first off, the interval itself sounds kind of sour. Like if you're eating a piece of candy, like, ooh, it's sour, and then it follows with sweetness, you're like, yum. Like it led me into the sweetness, so I liked it. But it was sour at first. Well, here's the sourness of that tritone interval. And here's where these notes want to resolve. This wants to go to here. And this, I feel like I'm a football coach. And this wants to go to here. So this wants to come up a half step to that. And this wants to go down a half step to that, okay? So they kind of corner like defensive tackles in football. They corner each other like, you're not leaving us. They go, and you can resolve it in inverted, like, which is a whole other thing. Sorry, that. But here we're going to A. Great. So that tritone pulls you a lot. It's like, please resolve, please. Chinese water torture. Remember back. These want to resolve, okay? Listen to the 3 chord. Beautiful, so much more beautiful. It doesn't resolve the same way. I wonder why. Well, let's draw it out. And then we're going to move on to more fun stuff. So we already got this whole step thing, so let's move it up here. Let's do the C sharp minor version of this, okay? C sharp minor. Let's draw it. I don't really want to use ledger lines. So let's draw it up here. C sharp, E, G sharp, okay? So watch this. We're going to go to A. This went to A as well. Okay. By the way, if you want this sheet music, I have a big dump that I'm putting up in the next week or two on Patreon of like all of our music theory of gaming things. So if you wanted to analyze this stuff and listen to these songs on your own time, you can look at this analysis. It's like a free music lesson. And Patreon, it's like $5 a month or above, whatever you want to do to get access to this stuff. I think it's $10 a month for the sheet music. Okay. So, you saw the movement here of this going to these A notes, and this common tone kind of thing stayed. But 2 of those purple notes like really drew you in. And then the black stuff's common tone. Well, look at this. For A and C sharp, look what happens here. And I'll put this up here too. So if you go from C sharp minor to A, you don't have 2 notes drawing you in and resolving in half steps. You only have 1. And that's this note. This goes up 1 half step. Okay? The rest are common tones. So there's not as much pull. So to answer musical Mulch's question with a really intense thing, there's 1 ion, there's 1 electron from C sharp minor to A, from the 3 chord to the 1, and there are 2 in the 5 chord, and they are strong as shit. They really want you to go home. And even if you don't have the dominant thing, in some ways there are still 2. Because the B is like, it's like ba-da, going to A, and the C sharp, G sharp's like ba-da, so they're both going ba-da, ba-da. They both want to resolve to A. They're like, hey, give me room. When the D comes in, it's like, oh no, we're really going da-da. There's a lot of resolution happening. So the C sharp minor has a weaker pull, so it feels weaker. Also, it's missing a note that's traditional in A. Remember how this is a half step up to go from C sharp minor to A? Well, what if we go inverted? We're going down a half step. So we go A to C sharp minor. Oh, wow. It's just like an A chord. Super happy, super resolved, except it's a little sadder. Because this is the same. It's just like an A chord, just a little sadder. There's one note down. It's like, oh, Jennifer, Bobby, and Thomas, so healthy. Oh, Thomas has crutches. But Jennifer and Bobby are doing great. But they're fine. They stayed the same. Bobby's on crutches. Okay? This is I'm married. I got my wife, and my wife, I got my kid Tommy, and I got myself. Oh shit, we're getting divorced. Okay, bye-bye, wife. But Tommy and me are gonna be good. A little sadder. So this song has this like human experience thing to it, to my ears. Now there's one more thing here, which we won't touch on for long. F sharp minor add 9. This gives us a sort of peek inside the composer's mind. So generally speaking, when you're using diatonic harmony, which is making harmony and melodies too, based off a scale, a set scale, and you say to yourself, I'm not going to go outside of these ingredients. I'll have cream, I'll have sugar, I'll have flour, I'll have this, and I'm just going to work with that. No, Thomas, we're not involving, I don't know what's with Thomas today. We're not going to involve barbecue sauce, okay? We got it with these ingredients. I don't need barbecue sauce. I got my 7 ingredients, and I'm happy with those 7 ingredients, okay? These ingredients are, okay? A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, A. This song is only using diatonic harmony, but wouldn't you agree that it sounds unique? It sounds sort of like, not sour, but there's like tones you kind of aren't expecting. Listen to it. This. Unique. Has a very unique feeling that you don't hear in every song. Wouldn't you at least agree with that? Doesn't sound scary or surprising. It's just like, kind of contemplative. Okay? You got a musical mulch. Welcome to the family, too. VSM and Mavs, welcome to the family. Okay? So this chord, what it suggests to me is the composer's baller, right? Because this note, oftentimes, our mind kind of hears where it's going, and it has a sense memory of that. So let's say, this is a great example. I love using food analogies. Let's say you had a bite of steak. The steak's gone. Really, the taste of it's pretty much gone. Then you have a drink of wine. Wouldn't you agree that the drink of wine by itself is a different experience than after the steak has passed through your mouth, it's out of your mouth, it's gone, the flavor's not even in there anymore, and you drink your wine, but it feels different. Because you remember that you just had the steak flavor. So the steak flavor isn't happening during the drinking of wine, but you're like, it just happened. And so that shades this chord for me, okay? Why does that matter? Well, G sharp in the key of A is just the 7. It's not a big deal. Bum, 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 ba-da. Not a huge deal. It's the 3rd ba of the 5 chord that goes to the 1. But when it happens over the 4 chord, ba, listen to that nice flavor. It's a tritone. Like that thing we had earlier in the 5 chord. But over D now. Ba, da, 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 da. We have this nice lifted tone, a sharp 4. Wow! Same thing as a flat 5, but over a 4 chord, we call it a sharp 4, not a flat 5. Same pitches. So this moment says to me that the composer is like, listen, I can use diatonic stuff, but I'm going to put it in an order you wouldn't expect. So, you came to my Mexican restaurant expecting flour tortillas? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, flour tortillas are great. I have 7 ingredients over here. Yeah. Here's some flan. You're like, wait, isn't that isn't there like, it's like, yeah, it is. But you weren't expecting that, were you? Similar ingredients, there's sugar though now, or whatever the element is that makes flan. That's probably a bad analogy because I don't cook, surprisingly, with all these food analogies. But the point being, a lot of Mexican food and Italian food, they have the same ingredients, just done in a different way. So when you do it in a really surprising way, you create something on the menu that's like just very simple, but people are like, wow, tostada, what's this? You're like, oh, it's just the same thing repurposed. So this kind of blows people's minds. And so that's a chef who's like, yeah, I'm not just going to give you pancakes and eggs. You're going to get pancakes and some weird thing, and you're going to like it. So this sound, I kind of hear that vibe. It's a very elevated sound. So there's that. So this song, why it's so good to me, it has standard bass notes that we're used to hearing. Then it gives you way different harmony that's really unusual and unique. Then it gives you sharp 11 moments by way of sense memory. And then these add 9 chords just make it so nice. This movement, watch this movement. It's like the stock market that's been crashing. Watch. Ba-da-da-da, goes down, back up, ba-da-da. It's creating a little mountain range that looks like that. Isn't that nice? It's a nice melody. Some melodies do this. Some melodies go like bum bum ba 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 woo ba ba da da woo, and it kind of creates its own little mountain, but it's wider, bigger. This is like a little ocean, little watery thing. It feels watery, doesn't it? It's a simpler. It's legato too, but it feels watery because look at that ridge. Whereas my song, where I'm like, lately when I close my eyes to pray, I can't find the words to say. I'm speechless, but questioning delight and wondering why am I so blind? My melodies are like this a lot, which is probably why I'm not on the radio as much. This is nice. This is real nice. There are a lot of things about this opening theme. We have time for literally, we don't even have time for more than this. We only have time for this, actually. I was going to bring up the rest of the game, like some gameplay, so you could hear it in the game. Let's quickly just listen to some motifs, okay? I'm gonna play it for you actually on the just the score with no music, because did anyone notice a motif that happened in this intro song that's happening there? I bet someone did. Gameboy OST. Listen to the rhythm. We talked about the melody shape, okay? Right? We talked about the unique harmony. Did we talk about the rhythm? Bum 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 bum. That's hilarious, Saucy. I love it. Hear that rhythm? Well, what if you take that rhythm and do different chords? Listen. It's coming up. There it is. Now in this section, this second song, let's copy all this. I really got a jet in like 5 minutes. And we got to raid someone, so people start thinking of someone to raid. And we'll be back on Monday night. No, I think Tuesday night. Just come in the Discord. Musical, Mulch, Aiden, VSM, exclamation point Discord. Come join the Discord. We'll let you know when our next stream is. It'll be 3 to 4 times next week. We might do another Music Theory one because I love these streams. Also, if you enjoy this, feel free to subscribe. Use your Prime. If you're lurking, feel free to hang out. And Nora, nice to meet you, Nora Adrenaline. Feel free to become part of the family, and subscriptions and primes obviously help a lot. We have a bit meter. Before we jet, because I'm going to do this last thing, we do live concerts here. So if you do our musical menu, which is what we normally do on stream, we do live learns, jams, analyzing, you pay for it, and I do it on command. When that meter hits $500, we do a live concert for free on here. Improvised musical bits. I do improvised musicals, comedic ones. If you donate bits and you're enjoying this content, we could do Robocop the musical next stream. It could be really fun. It's comedic. You write the words by giving me 20 words. I improvise it musically, story-wise, and melodically, and it's fun. And then silent film score. When we hit 100 subs at any given time, we go and do we watch a silent film together, and I live score it. We watch it for the first time, and I'm scoring it. It's fun. So anyway, Music Theory of Robocop Song 2. All right. So this rhythm is happening with some augmented chords. Listen, very different harmonically. Listen to it. Let's get the chords real quick and then I got a jet. Tell me who to raid. Oh, thanks, Turkey Farm. Let's go back. Here we go. Let's just get this form real quick. Oh, jeez. I gotta leave very soon. Real quick, notice anything interesting? We're using two of the same chords we used in the first song. Very different feeling, isn't it? Well, this is like design language. You go to IKEA, you're like, oh, the design language is the same. It's all different products, like thousands, but the design language is the same. Well, the design language of this score is using keys, chords in different orders, right? But it really is the same design language, and you would never know that, but that helps you feel like we're not just going from a jazz fusion song to a pop blues song. Like, yeah, we're in the same language. And the rhythm ties it together. Okay. Oops. Sorry, I'm not going fast enough. Now the form changes. Okay, great. Then what? Uh-huh. Hold on, that was fast. Oh, my bad. My bad. My bad. I think here's the augmented. Great. This is our first non... No. Ooh! Panning. If you're listening on headphones, boom, 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 boom. That's fun. Come on, dude. A little blues scale. Ugh. Come on, dude. This score. Ooh. What's that rhythm? They're using this rhythm again and again and again. Same rhythm. So they're staying within the design language while changing the chords. Okay? Very cool. This score is so dope, dude. They really were Turkey. Really were. I mean, just this whole thing, I love it. Ah, come on, dude. Come on, dude. I just love that. I mean, I could see myself jamming over that for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Key change. Modulate. Why not? Very cool. Back down. Yeah, I guess so. Distorting, aren't I? Ah! So freaking dope. Ha! Aldi Mila! Okay, you get the idea. We gotta raid someone, I gotta go. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. The music theory of Robocop. Zane Carney's music theory of gaming coming to you live. Pop in the Discord, please. Exclamation point, Discord. Thank you, Chris Easley. Raid Matt, you got it. I freaking love it. Raid Matt Hall's music. Or Matt Hall Plays. Raid Matt Hall Plays. Reckoning, thank you so much. Matt is one of our favorite people in the whole world. Please give him some love. And I will see you all probably Monday, maybe Tuesday. Speedy, short stream, 47 minutes. Watch the VOD. Come join the VOD. It's worth it. This is a fun one. I hope you enjoy being here. Musical Mulch, Aiden the Vigilante, VS Mavs, Noradrenaline. Thank you to our Patreon patrons. Thank you to our benefactors. My pleasure. I'll see you guys in a couple days. And in the meantime, enjoy Matt Hall Plays. See y'all later. Bye.